I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And they only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we here. What's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's good? We are here. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. My lovely lady, April MC in the building. We got Armani Nelson, Fat John, Joe Mayer. What's going on? June Sports, Monogamous Player, No Data. Phoenix Smiles in the building. Studio Her Music. Who else we got up in here? Shout out to Jillian is up in the motherfucking building. Armani is here. Shout out to Mike Chain. Shout out to who else we got up in here? Philamency was good. Shout out to Rob Marine, Duke-Alex, Steve-O Baby, Jimmy Lionel, Michael. What's going on with you? Shout out to you, man. Martavius. Shout out to you. No Data in the building. Puma King, what's going on? Ludway, beloved, what's popping with you? Appreciate everybody tuning in. Jaybird got game. Clayton, AT is in the chats. Who else? Captain Creator is up in here. Appreciate you, man. Charlie Kiefer is in the building. What's going on, Charlie? Cambo, what's going on with your fam? Appreciate you. Wicked Scorpion, what's going on, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thomas, Jackie, what's going on? LT, Chocolate Daddy, pause. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in the chat. We here. We are here. And today's show, oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into all of the things, y'all already know what we got to do. So make sure that you guys always go to CunninghamElements.com. Go to CunninghamElements.com to get the Masculine Identity Parfum, Masculine Identity Soap, and the Shea Butter. Make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. Also, make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com to get the online dating consultation. Do it! You feel what I'm saying? Just do it! Get the online dating consultation with myself in April. If you are not on this online dating consultation, you are slipping and sliding. There are lots of women online that you could be hooking up with, going on dates. Your future girlfriend or wife is online waiting for your ass, but you taking long, you playing. You feel what I'm saying? Also get the massive game collection. Go to shoplocario.com. 24 of my products in one package. Get the massive game collection. Make sure you get this so you can save. You can save money by getting this. So you get all the stuff for one price. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys get that. And last but not least, make sure you guys get Master the Vetting Process And this one right here is mandatory, how to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. Make sure you guys do that. So get that at shoplocario.com right now. Also, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com to get the program, 5 advanced ways to build sexual tension. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get that. And also, make sure that you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com, because this Monday, I'm going to be on the Zoom call with Miles. So make sure you guys go and get on the Masculine Identity Membership so that you guys can take part in the Zoom calls. I'm going to be on there as a special guest this Monday night. Make sure you guys go and get that cracking. Go and get it cracking, man. So make sure you join the Masculine Identity Membership, because you can only get on those Zoom calls if you're on the Masculine Identity Membership. So if you're not on the Masculine Identity Membership, you can't take advantage of those Zoom calls. So make sure you guys get that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that. Now, today's topic, we're going to be talking about, right, something very, very important, about how women will not approach you. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know y'all want women to approach you so bad. I know, guys, I'm sorry. I know y'all just want to, sit there and look cute. You feel me? I know.
Yeah.
Y'all just want to look like a bad bitch, and hopefully a woman will come and approach you. I know this, guys. I know that you guys want to post up, you know what I'm saying? Looking all cute, looking all sweet, and then a woman would go over there and walk up and approach you and talk to you and lead you. I know. But guys, I'm trying to tell you guys that, listen, women are not going to approach you. They're not. Listen, I don't care how many videos you see niggas in the street and women are approaching them. They're not going to approach you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care about all these fake orchestrated videos that you see of women approaching you. I'm going to tell you that this is not happening. Now, does this mean that a woman will never approach you? No, that doesn't mean that. What I'm saying is that most of you guys will never, listen to what I'm saying. Most of you guys will never in your life, not one time, even have a woman approach you. Most of you guys will never have that. Now, some of you guys might get a woman to approach you, right? But that may happen maybe once, twice, 3 times tops in your entire life, right? So it's really irrelevant at that point because it's not really happening on a consistent basis, right? And then you have guys who they may have women approach them, a little bit more than that, but it's still not anything that is, consistent. So it doesn't really matter. So when I say women will not approach you, what I'm saying is that there's no guy on earth where he's just chilling and 10, 15, 20 women a day are approaching him. That's not how it works. There's no guy out there where he just wakes up, walks around, and then women are approaching him, unless he's famous. You understand what I'm saying? If he's a famous dude, then yeah, that could happen. Shout out to my dude, K Zaggin in the building. You understand? He said if women did approach most of these guys, they wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. That's a fact. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why women will not approach you. And we're going to talk about why you shouldn't even care, why you shouldn't even want this to happen in the first place, right? Because I know a lot of you guys, you watch, King 68 the Greats videos and stuff and shit like that. And you're like, well, Locario, this guy, he goes outside and women are approaching him and women are coming up to him and all this other stuff. Now, one thing you got to understand about that is that because most guys don't have game, they get fooled by that type of, situation, right? One is that, remember, whenever you are out, right, with cameras, and you're doing a lot of things, people are going to inquire what you're doing. That's 1. 2, you're not King 68 the Great. He's 6'8". So he's going to get people looking at him because he's tall, period. You understand? So wherever he goes, he's usually the tallest person there, right? So that's going to already get attention. But also, the third thing you got to understand about those situations is even if a woman is approaching him, right, that does not mean that the woman is approaching him based on her actually being interested in him and wanting to do what he wants. But we're going to get into that later. You feel what I'm saying? K-Sack said, in my lifetime, 8 out of the 10 women who approach me, I'm not attracted to. Exactly. That's another thing. That's another thing. Because shout out to Phoenix, because Phoenix pointed this out too. Is that you ever notice with those videos like King 68 the Great or any of these type of videos where dudes are like, oh, the women are approaching me and all this other stuff. You ever notice how most of the girls that approach just happen to be, you know, women that most guys would consider attractive? Isn't that interesting? When you see the videos of these guys, you know, where the women are approaching them, right? Why is it that these chicks are attractive? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how come you don't see videos of, you know, average to below average looking, and I'm talking about, you know, conventionally attractive. You don't see the women guys would consider average to below average approaching these guys on camera. Why is that? Why is it that all of the girls just, for some reason, seem like 7, 8, 9s, and 10s? Isn't that crazy? So, so for those of you guys who think that shit is real, you're stupid. You understand what I'm saying? You're stupid. But anyway, but let's get into the reasons why. And guys, if you want to call the numbers 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. If you guys want to call up, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. We'll get to your question. So we're talking about women will not approach you. Now, I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why women are not going to approach you. Right now, and this is in the order of importance. So I'm going to go 1 through 3. Right. So the first reason why women won't approach you is because they don't have to. So the reason why women are not going to approach you is because they don't have to. Right. So what you got to understand is this, is that so what people do, not just women, but just people in general, what people in general do is they go with the path of least resistance, right? So the path of least resistance, right, means that they're going to go with the path that's the easiest, where it's not going to be any hassle, any trouble, right? So if a woman says, I have multiple guys approaching me, hitting me up in a DM, matching with me on dating apps, and all I have to do is exist, why would she then go and approach men? Think about what I'm saying. If women are getting approached consistently, why would she then go out of her way to approach? You understand? See, the reason why they're not going to approach you is because they don't have to approach you. Because what happens is, even for example, let's say a girl was attracted to you physically, thought you looked a certain way, or was just interested in talking to you, whatever it is like that. What she will generally do is put herself in position for you to see her in order for you to approach her, right? What's going to happen is that she's most likely, the most she would probably do is make herself visible for you to approach her. But in most cases, she's not going to approach you. Why? Because she doesn't have to, because she's used to guys approaching her. And so all she's going to do is she's going to pick the best guy out of the guys that approach her. Right? So then she's not going to bother to approach because she gets approached. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is that a lot of you guys, you know, don't really understand this. And this is why you guys get fooled. Because you want things to happen that doesn't actually make sense. See, what you have to understand is the reason why a person does anything is because there's a motivation behind them doing the thing, right? So if a woman, right, it doesn't have to approach because she will get approached, what would be her motivation to approach you? What is it about you that is different or special where she's like, you know what? Even though I get approached by all these guys, I'm going to approach this guy, which is you. You understand what I'm saying? So what is it about you that's special or stands out where she would approach you? Because see, a lot of you guys on the internet, y'all say, oh, well, you have to have looks, money, and status. You got to be over 6 feet. You got to have a six pack. You got to make 6 figures a year. You got to do all these things, right? So if that's the case and you're not that, then why would she approach you if that's the requirement for her to approach? So if you're not any of those things, what would make you think by your logic that a woman would approach you? Because if by your logic, you need to be 6 foot, have 6 figures and all this other stuff, right? And you don't have those things, why is she approaching you? Right? Now, understand by you being 6 foot, having 6 figures and all that other shit, that's still not going to make a woman approach you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to make a woman approach you. Now, I'm going to talk about a little later, why a woman would approach and how that goes down, right? But what I'm telling you is one of the reasons why the woman is going to approach is because she doesn't have to. Think about it this way. Let me flip it so you guys understand, so you can understand it simpler, right? Let's flip this. Let's say a woman, right, says she sees a guy who she thinks is sexy as fuck, right? A guy who is sexually appealing. And let's say a lot of women think this guy is sexually appealing. And let's say this guy who this woman thinks is sexually appealing can get sex easy, right? He can get sex easily. Now, let's say this woman says, that guy over there who's really sexually appealing, I would love for him to take me out on 3 dates and wine and dine me, right? So she says, this guy over here, I want this guy who is sexually appealing, who can get sex easily, who can get whatever he wants his way with women. I want him to wine and dine me. Now, the question would be, why would he do that? Right? See, the answer is he wouldn't. Now, if that woman says, look, Locario, how come this guy who is so sexually appealing and can get damn near whatever woman he's talking to, or most of the women he's talking to, and get sex easily and have it his way with women? She's like, look, Locario, why is that guy not whining and dining me and taking me on 3 days? You know what I'm going to tell her? I'm going to tell her that he doesn't have to. You see how that works? See, what happens is that the average guy might need to take her out on 3 dates. The average guy might need to wine and dine her. The average guy might need to court her in order for her to want to even think about having sex with him. But the sexually attractive guy doesn't have to do those things to get sex. So therefore, he's not gonna do it. So it's the same way where women are dealing with men. A woman doesn't have to approach a guy to get a guy. She's going to get approached. So why the fuck would she approach you when she doesn't have to? You see how that works? She doesn't have to. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's why women are not going to approach you, because they don't have to. It's really that simple. Now, let's move on to the second reason. The second reason why women are going to not approach you. And a lot of you guys don't understand that the second reason why women are not going to approach you is because they are scared of rejection. The second reason why women aren't going to approach you is because they're scared of rejection. Now, check this out. Remember, the first reason was they don't really have to approach because guys are going to approach them. Now, let's say in the event that they see a guy they want to approach, they're scared of getting rejected by that guy. Now, check out how this works. Check out how the game is psychological. Check out how the game is psychological, right? Why would a woman be scared that a guy's going to reject her? Think about it. Why would a woman be scared that a guy is going to reject her? Now, the reason why she would probably be scared that a guy is going to reject her is because she's attracted to him and she believes he may not necessarily be attracted to her. Right? But think about it. Let's go deeper. Part of the reason why she even may feel like she wants to approach him is because she believes that he might not approach her. But she believes he might not approach her, right? Because she may see him as the type of guy who is this top guy who probably wouldn't want her, but that's in her insecurity. So she's like, I got to approach this guy because he would probably not approach me. But at the same time, the reason why she won't approach him is because she's scared of getting rejected. Why is she scared of getting rejected? She's scared of getting rejected because she thinks she will get rejected. Why does she think she will get rejected? Because she thinks that guy wouldn't like her. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that all these things are happening at the same time. The fact that she's scared of getting rejected is a direct result of her thinking in some form or fashion that guy's out of her league. You understand what I'm saying? That's why she's afraid to go and approach, because she's scared that she's going to get rejected by this guy who's out of her league. Right? So she's saying, I hope this guy would approach me so that he will reassure me that he's interested, because I'm too scared to go do it because I think I'm going to get it rejected. But she thinks she's going to get rejected because she thinks the guy's out of her league. You understand what I'm saying? So that will stop her from approaching in the first place. And so she's hoping, wishing, and praying that he'd approach her. So the most she might give him is some choosing signals, but she's not going to approach him in most cases. You understand? Shout out to K Zaggy, said $1 million question is this though: if women never approached you in your life before, what makes you think that's going to happen now because you watch some YouTube videos? Exactly. That's a fact. He said women most definitely do get intimidated by some men. They don't like to admit it, but it happens. Exactly. And so what happens is that because she's intimidated, she's going to be scared to approach. And look at how crazy this is. You guys want women to approach you because you're scared of getting rejected. So if you're supposed to be the stronger person in the situation, if you're supposed to be the one who can handle the rejection in the situation, what makes you think the person who can't handle the rejection should be approaching you? Does that even make any sense? So out of you and the woman, you're supposed to be able to handle rejection better, but you want the person who can't handle rejection as much as you to approach you and risk getting rejected. Does that make any fucking sense? So what makes you think women are braver than you to approach? That's like the silliest shit ever. Well, I want women to approach me. Really? Why? Why you want women to approach you? Well, I'm scared of getting rejected. Really? So you think women aren't scared of getting rejected? So if you're scared of getting rejected, don't you think women are scared of getting rejected? How all of a sudden women are just, they have no problem getting rejected. Or this is what these guys think. They think, this is how low guys think of themselves. They think, well, if a woman approached me, I wouldn't reject her. Right? That's what you're thinking. Because you're imagining the woman who approaches you is the woman you would like. So you think, I wish that baddie would approach me because I would never reject her. She don't got to worry about rejection. I would never reject her. I would accept her on the spot. She can get whatever she wants because she's a baddie. That's why I want women to approach you, because you're thinking about that baddie approaching you. But again, why would the baddie approach you when she doesn't have to? You see, when you break down the logic, the shit don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? The shit don't make sense. It's just like when you see a chick that you think is a baddie and you're scared to approach her and you talk yourself out of it, right? It's the same thing a woman would do. The same way where you see a chick who you think is a 9 or a 10 and you're scared to approach her and then you don't, is the same way a woman would do the same thing. If she saw a guy and she's like, damn, I don't know. She's like, you know, she's nervous. So the same way where you're nervous to approach the baddie is the same way where the woman is nervous to approach you. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Jillian C said he doesn't want me or he would have approached me by now. So I don't want to make the first move just to get rejected. We reject ourselves. Exactly. Exactly. Just like as a man, you reject yourself when you see that baddie that you're scared to approach. Women will reject themselves by not approaching the guy because they don't want to get rejected. You see what I'm saying? So, guys, when you are sitting there hoping, man, I wish women would approach me. How come women don't? Let's stop approaching women so they'll start approaching us. Nonsense. This is what I'm saying. You guys are living in a fantasy world. And when you keep thinking this way and you're watching niggas on the internet standing outside and random hot chicks are approaching them, you start to think, bro, wow, what does he do? I want that to happen to me. I want women to approach me like they approach him. How come these women are approaching him? I want women to approach me like that. It's messed up. I wish. I'm like, bruh, stop. Stop. I'm like, come on, fam. Dudes is wild out here. See, living in this fantasy is a thing that's going to fuck up your dating life, basically. Because what happens is that you're going to believe that, oh, you know, I watched this guy on YouTube and he just stands outside and women approach him. What is he doing? I need to learn that. I need to learn how to just stand there and women will approach me, and you're a dumbass because you think that shit is real. You see what I'm saying? You think this shit is real. And so what happens is that you get caught up in that because you're too afraid to approach women, right? You're too afraid to approach women. So you want women to approach you. And what happens is that a lot of you guys don't realize that not only will some of you guys never get approached, right? Some of y'all might never even get choosing signals. You understand what I'm saying? Must be knocking down my shit. Some of y'all might not even ever get choosing signals, let alone get approached. You understand what I'm saying? So, guys, you got to understand that when you're out here believing this bullshit that you see on the internet, understand that all that's going to do is warp your mind and make you even worse in this game. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for shortcuts, and it's going to reinforce your insecurity. Because you're going to think, wait a second, how come women don't approach me, but they approach these other guys? So that must mean that I'm not attractive. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's move on to the last thing on the list. And you guys can call up. Caller number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. We'll get to your questions near the end. So the last reason why women will not approach you is because it's not feminine. It's not feminine. So what you got to understand is that if a woman does approach you, that means that she has a lot of masculine energy in her. Right? We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. What I'm saying, though, is that she is more in her masculine energy, which is why she's approaching you. Because what happens is when women understand femininity, they understand they have to defer to a man. And if you are looking for women to approach you, you are in your feminine. Remember, there has to be the polarity of masculine and feminine. So if you're waiting for women to approach you, that means that you're in your feminine and the woman is in her masculine. You understand? Like a lot of you guys would love the idea of a woman approaching you. Listen, whenever I've gotten approached by women, I was always instantly offended. All the time. Every time a woman approached me and was like trying to talk, and instantly I'm offended. You know why I'm offended? Because basically when a woman approaches me, right? She's basically telling me, I think you're a bitch. So basically what happens is this, right? Is that when a woman is approaching you, she's in her masculine energy. Remember, if she's in her feminine energy, she's going to wait for a man to let her know it's okay to speak to him. You understand what I'm saying? And on top of that, what happens is that the woman is basically saying that you seem approachable. Right? See, think about it this way, right? Just like I said, when you guys see a chick who you think is an 8, 9, or a 10, a baddie, right? Some of y'all might be afraid to approach her. Why? Because she's intimidating to you. Now, as crazy as that sounds, because you're a man and she's a woman, that you're intimidated by a woman, but for whatever reason, she is intimidated. You're intimidated by her. So you trying to tell me that a woman who is physically weaker than me, I'm bigger than her, right? You trying to tell me that this small woman feels comfortable enough to approach a big black motherfucker like me and approach me and try to holler at me? What? This is what I'm saying. Like, she thinks that I'm approachable. That's offensive to me. No. Listen, miss, you chill there until I'm ready to come and speak to you. The fuck are we talking about? Because there's nothing a woman can say to me when she comes up to me. Because even if she comes up to me, she still has to defer to what I'm doing. So what happens is that a lot of times when women approach you, they're approaching you because they're in their masculine energy. And a lot of times they're approaching you, right? Because they have an agenda. This is why you need to let the woman know what your agenda is so she can properly choose. A woman can't properly choose until she knows what your agenda is, because she has to know what she's choosing. April's like, oh, but you're so cute. So what I'm saying is that a woman has to know what she's choosing. So what is a woman actually approaching you for? Unless it's for her own agenda. Because remember, her approaching you means that she's decided in her mind what you should be to her. I'm saying it again because it probably flew over you guys' head. When a woman is approaching you, she's already decided in her mind who you should be to her, which is why she's approaching you in the first place. See, this is why women wait for you to approach them, because one, it's feminine, and two, you are supposed to set the agenda so she can properly choose. That's how it works. So this is how it works. The masculine gives the feminine the opportunity to choose. So you approach a woman, you let a woman know, hey, this is what I want to do. Make your choice. Either you with it or you're not. Once she says she's with it, that means she's actually made an accurate choice because you've presented her the opportunity. So if a woman approaches you, how can she approach you when you haven't presented the opportunity? What is she approaching you for? Because she still has to defer to you to say yes to the opportunity you would give her. So what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I want a woman to approach me for what? I still got to tell her what the situation is. And if she has to say yes or no based on what I present. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if you're dealing with if you're dealing with a woman and she actually approaches you, that means that that woman is in her masculine energy. That means that that woman essentially is basically telling you that she wants to lead. This is why I keep telling you guys about this choosing signal shit. You're waiting for a woman to lead. If a woman is approaching you and you're just going along with it, right? She's leading. Just like, for example, in the there was that one King 6'8", the great video I critiqued on, where these women approached him and then they told him to pick them up at some fucking place on some other day, right? So they approached him and then they told him what to do. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is that when a woman approaches you, she's in her masculine energy. She sees you as approachable, which means that she sees you as safe. You understand? And she is basically putting her agenda in this situation. And because you don't have game and you're just happy that a woman is approaching you because you want to get approached, because you want to be a bad bitch, she's going to be running the show. Shout out to Jilly. She said, all women prefer to be approached. She wants you to lead. Approaching a man is very awkward and uncomfortable. Exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. So guys, you got to get out of this fantasy of wanting women to approach. Get out of this fantasy of, I'm not going to approach a girl unless she give me choosing signals, all this other stupid shit. You're wasting time. You understand what I'm saying? You're wasting fucking time. So guys, if you want to call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Call in now. We're not going to be here too long. We're probably going to only be here another 15, 20 minutes. So if you guys want to call in, now is the time. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your question. This says, let me get some fellow made content saying all these women approach them all the time or something like that. Am I right? Well, that's the thing. Because most guys are foolish and they believe everything that they see on the internet, and they're lazy and they actually don't want to put in any work. They're trying to always find loopholes to cheat the game. And what I'm telling you guys is you can't cheat the game. The game is perfectly balanced. I'm going to have to do a whole nother show about that because a lot of guys say, oh, the dating game is rigged and the game is fucked up. And it's like, no, the dating game is perfect. It's perfectly balanced. It's exactly how it needs to be. Exactly. So for example, if you are dealing with a woman and you're like, oh, well, I want this woman to approach me, and women approach you, it's perfectly balanced because what's going to happen is since she's in her masculine, you're going to be in your feminine. That's the balance. You see what I'm saying? There's always going to be a balance. If you are out here, for example, trying to get sex by just tricking, right? What's going to happen is that you're going to get sex from women who don't desire you sexually, which means that the sex is going to be a certain way, which means that you're going to be dealing with women who don't give a fuck about you. That's the balance. You want to pay for it, you get what you pay for. You understand what I'm saying? So the problem is that a lot of guys are trying to look for shortcuts. And what I'm telling you is that if you're trying to look for shortcuts, then what's going to happen is that that's going to balance itself out also, because you think you're getting a shortcut, but then there's something on the other side of that shortcut. You understand what I'm saying? It says, I got a date at a park tomorrow. Give me a tip to lead us back to a room. What I would say to you is to go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership, because on the Bad Boy membership, I have a program called First Dates That Lead to Sexual Attraction. So I would suggest that you go to badboymembership.com and check that program out. See, all the answers to your questions are on the Bad Boy membership. It's really that simple. It says, why would men approach women just to gas them up and risk being humiliated? Men having to approach women is not fair, and I am above that. If women refuse to approach me, it's their loss. Steve, stop playing. Steve DeLine, we know that you don't approach no women. We know you ain't getting no pussy. No women's gonna approach you. You understand? It is what it is. And see, even the way that you think, right? You said, why would I approach women just to gas them up and risk being humiliated? See, how can a woman humiliate you? Think about that. Just think for a second. How can a woman humiliate you? And on top of that, what is this thing where you're thinking that you're gassing them up? Right? What is that about? Because all you're doing is presenting an opportunity to a woman who is going to take the opportunity that benefits her. If she doesn't see it as a benefit, she's just not going to fuck with you. And why would you care about gassing a woman up? Why would you give a fuck? You understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of you guys have such disdain for women that y'all purposely try to do things, right? Because you're like, well, I don't want to say this because I don't want her to think that I'm attracted to her. I don't want her to think that I'm interested. I don't want to, feed her ego. You understand? Why are you worried about that? You see what I'm saying? Like, why do you give a fuck? It says, I also noticed that the women that actually did approach me, I either wasn't attracted to them or they were decent, but not a chick that I thought was bad. Why is that? Well, this is the thing, because the bad chicks don't have to. Guys, do you understand how much attention women get? Like, women get lots of attention. Women get lots of attention, right? So the issue with women is that women, get a lot of sexual attention on the front end. And so what happens is a lot of guys think that women, they go crazy if they're, they fuck a bunch of dudes and they got a high body count and all that other shit, right? It's not really about the high body count. It's about women feeling bad that they constantly have sex with guys who don't want them non-sexually. You understand what I'm saying? That's what really gets them, feeling a certain type of way. It's not about them having sex. Like, the actual sex isn't the problem, right? A lot of guys saying, oh, well, a woman has a bunch of sex, she can't pair bond and all this other red pill dumb shit. No. What happens is that if you're having a lot of sex, but you can't keep, people interested beyond sex, that fucks with your mind, right? Even guys go through this. A lot of guys who, for example, can get sex easily, but can't keep women around because they're going to run into women they actually like and they want to keep it going. And that woman either doesn't keep it going with him because she just sees him as a fuck boy, or, she doesn't see him as the type of guy who would be boyfriend material. She'll just use him for the dick and keep it moving. And so he'll come across that lots of times. And then that fucks with his head. You see what I'm saying? But that happens with women generally. You understand what I'm saying? That's why women feel some type of way when they keep getting, fucked and ghosted. You see what I mean? It says on Media Monday, can we send in AI created music? I don't know. As long if it's some copyrighted shit, nah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta figure that out. Can you give an example of what it looks like when a woman approaches? Example, I was taking pictures of the landscape, and a woman said, are you going to have me in the shots? So basically, what happens is women, they'll approach indirectly and sometimes they'll approach directly, right? So that could be an indirect approach where a woman tries to start a conversation with you, right? And then you have the direct thing where a woman might come, oh, you're so cute, and hey, I think you're really handsome. I just wanted to, that type of shit, right? But the thing is that either way, all of that doesn't matter, because all that matters is she following your lead, which is why you have to lead, which is why you have to give her instruction, which is why you have to tell a woman what to do. Because the only thing that counts is a woman doing what you're saying. The only thing that counts is the woman following your lead. That's why it doesn't count when a woman approaches you or just gives you choosing signals, because you haven't done anything yet to tell her what to do, to give her the instructions for her to follow you. You see what I'm saying? Says, how do you get over feeling bad after you break up with a woman? Well, listen, man, time heals all wounds. You'll be fine. You just gotta, just focus on other shit, date other women, and then eventually that feeling you got of feeling bad is gonna go away. You understand what I'm saying? It will go away. You'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? You will be fine. You said, what are your thoughts about a woman using her man as her shield? Like she has an argument with another man. Didn't you ask this the other day? What are you talking about? What do you mean? So you said like she has an argument with another man, then she would tell him, my man will beat you up and could cost him his freedom or life. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Well, that's his fault for dealing with a woman who basically thinks that way. See, you got to understand, if a woman actually loves you, she would never purposely put your life in danger. You understand what I'm saying? A woman wants to get you away from the danger. Like, see, if a woman loves you, she doesn't want you to get into altercations and fight. She would want you to avoid the fighting. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, when that whole situation happened where, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, a woman who loved her man would not want her man to walk up and slap a nigga on stage. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't want you to be in harm's way. Now, if a situation occurs where you have to defend yourself because, some shit just pops off, that's one thing. You just got to defend yourself. But a woman who loves you is not going to purposely try to get you in a situation or jammed up. So if your girl is like talking to some dude or some shit, let's say you go to an event or something and you go to the bathroom and then some guy tries to holler at your girl and your girl's like, oh, my man get back from the bathroom, he gonna fuck you up. Nope. You see what I'm saying? Nope, that woman don't love you at all. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful, dealing with women that way, who are like that. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta be careful, man. All right, let me see what other questions we got. You got any more questions? Yeah, I think that might be it. All right, guys. So listen, man, I'm about to wrap this shit up because we got no more questions and we don't got any people call it in. So guys, listen, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com. And remember, I'm going to be on the Zoom calls this Monday with Miles. So make sure you guys, join the Masculine Identity membership so you can tune in for that. Also go to shoplocario.com to get your online dating consultations. You feel what I'm saying? And also make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com to get that cracking. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Oh, now somebody want to call in. Okay, let's do it. 215, what's popping? Who this?
I just had a question why, because I'm on dating apps.
Hold on. Where'd you send a donation?
Oh, we had to donate.
All right, guys, we're about to end this. All right, people. So that's pretty much it. We are out of here. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you, and I am out of here. Y'all be safe. Peace.
I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't going to get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You got to understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you got to work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not going to be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces. And then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like, I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know, that was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com.